measures contained in the Economic Sustainability Plan, ESP. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibajo, stated this at a webinar organized by Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry 2020 Presidential Policy Dialogue over the weekend. He said the ESP was developed with a stimulus package of 2.3 trillion naira to boost local production, prevent business collapse, and provide liquidity across various sectors, especially micro, small, and medium enterprises. Osibajo stated Nigeria, like all other countries, has been quite seriously impacted in various ways by the COVID-19 pandemic, either as households or businesses, and it's clear that both the pandemic and its effect would remain for a while. The House of Representatives has accused the Federal Ministry of Power of spending 7 billion naira on the Kashibilian power project without appropriation. It also faulted the ministry for keeping government money in commercial banks in 2015. The House Committee on Public Accounts has asked the ministry to explain the 2 billion naira deposit in a commercial bank by the ministry in 2013 without any record provided by the Office of the Auditor General. However, the Ministry Permanent Secretary Esther Wilson-Jack, while responding to an audit query issued by the Auditor General of the Federation, told the committee that the 7 billion naira was meant for the Kashibilian hydropower project and was given to the Ministry of Special Intervention. According to her, the money was kept in 4 commercial banks in 2015. And that's business news on television Nigerian. I am Chiwendo Osisiago. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
Benignan Trading Group is a conglomerate of partnerships. Partnership with you. Partnership through investment for profit. Investment for returns, cutting across various corporate business spheres. Benignan offers you credible 15% returns on all investment with us. Benignan Trading Group, your choice's investment management company, has become a reality with the marketplace administrators carefully selected as young bright minds who would spearhead this move into creating more prosperity and distributing them. This is what we mean by benignant. So come, be benignant with our increasing community of happy and enthusiastic investors. Why not call us at any of our offices closest to you or dial our number? You'll be glad you did. You deserve the benignant touch.
BTG is your friend. BTG is your partner. BTG is your handbag. Yes, we are that flexible to become your handbag. We are your servants too, in the sense that we are using our information we've gathered, the knowledge we've come into, the understanding and mastered to bring you profit. Yeah, BTG takes the risk for you. BTG is your conduit to become better. We also give you return on investment on a monthly basis. Formerly it was 6%, but now it's from 7% to 15% return on investment monthly, which is categorized by capital.
You can call us on 0907 685 9446 or 0909 22 97081 or visit us on www.benignantcg.com. We are your reliable conduit.
Thanks for staying with us, and if you're just joining us, it's CBN Business Daily. Like I stated earlier, we shall be discussing and analyzing CBN unstable exchange rates. My guest is here in the studio. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Benignan Trading Group, Mr. Akol Philippo. You're welcome to CBN Business.
Thanks so much.
And you look good. You look good.
You too.
Okay, my first question for you today is that what is the fate of the Naira in the face of ever-changing exchange rates?
I want to reiterate what Professor Walaka said. Yeah, there are two opposing effects. The positive, which is if we have good infrastructures on ground, that is to say, if we have a good system that implements policies from words to actions, it should encourage local production of goods. But we don't have that yet. The adverse effect is going to be that we import most of the things we use. Inflation is going to set in, and it's going to be hard on the common man, because the final consumer bears the whole cost of everything. So it's a two-sided coin. Depends on the aftermath. I would always say it's not about the policy, it's about the cushion effect. Yeah, CBN has something on the line for doing this, and they have a good reason, really. But the problem is going to be the implementations of these things to cushion the effect of the rise in dollar against the naira.
Okay, you've talked about how this will be difficult for people in Nigeria to survive. So how do you think people can actually survive, especially at this time?
Yeah, the history of Nigeria since 2000 has been the history of the rise in dollar against the naira. And through this theater of rising and dropping, we've survived. Yeah, the final consumer has to adjust what he consumes. So if 100 naira was going to give him a pot of soup, he has to adjust his taste to get a half the pot of soup. So we always know how to survive.
All right, thank you. So for how long will this naira continue to,
Yeah, you see, the problem is we have parallel markets in the Nigerian money market, the whole scenario. What IMF in 2020 this year, April, before a loan was a grant was sent to Nigeria from IMF to cushion the COVID-19 effect, and one of the things, or the chief major article that added as a consensus to that loan, was that Nigeria was going to close its parallel markets, and the CBN was going to unify the price of foreign currencies. Now it takes us. Let me not rush, because it has an effect on forex trade and the forex market too. We have different black markets that sell money. Now the CBN increased to 375 on its website, but you could also go down and you make research. I got dollar yesterday, and I got for 402 naira. A dollar, yeah.
Okay.
The black market. So we have different links, different entry points. So you can have a unified price. So you get to see a place where there's inflation, but there's no stability. So when there is no stability, there's so much havoc that you can't outline in sequential terms.
So if this persists for long, how do you think it will affect the Nigerian economy at large?
The Nigerian economy has been one, please forgive me, let me use this word. It has been maintained by loans. Yeah, really, we've not had an economy that has been maintained by our GDP, GNP, and the rest of them. When it becomes bad, we go out for foreign aid, and we get a grant, we get a loan from here or there, because we have a problem with leadership. It has to fall on the leadership. The CBN on one path have a good reason for doing what they're doing. That is increasing the dollar against the naira. That is to discourage for importation of goods. Yeah, really. But we don't have power. For every sustainable economy, you need power. What you're running, if you create an audit of how much you guys spend on power in a month, you get what you could go into. We don't have power. So how are you going to get into the mechanized agriculture in the first place? How are you going to go into local production of things in Nigeria? Or if an average Nigerian will just look at the cost of production, they choose to import and sell and be retail ends. So really, it's going to be adverse, and the poor masses are the ones who are going to bear the loss, because you can't say the bourgeois will bear the loss, because they have so much in abundance and they are part of the decision-making processes.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, before we go on a quick break, is the impact of this illegal forex operator that significant?
Yes, very, very significant.
How?
It creates a gap. Let me use the word of Karl Marx. It creates a lacuna. Now, there's a parallel gap between those who are buying the dollar and those who are selling. Now, the forex market is distinctly a virtual market where you trade between the dollar and the euro. Those are the two. There are other currencies, but those are the two currencies that are always competing. So a forex trader, his goal is to buy the euro and anticipate when the dollar is going to go up, or vice versa. Now, with this whole drama around the forex market in Nigeria, where we don't have a stable exchange rate, there are going to be losses for those who are into forex trading, and importation of goods and services going to take a new turn. Like I said, let's just keep it at inflation.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Akofilipo. Let's take a quick break. Then after the break, we'll continue with our discussion. So stay with us.
My name is Chiwendu Osisiago, presenter of Television Nigerian Business Daily. In a globalizing world, ours is to keep you engaged, informed, and educated on contemporary happenings in the business world. We therefore command a special audience of business-minded viewers who are eager to know more about business. I mean, your business. Why don't you take advantage of our special affordable offer to let the world know about your concepts, your goods, and of course, your services. You can call us on 080-3071-6959 or 070-3234-9054. You can also visit us at Television Nigerian in Guzapi, Abuja, and follow us on all the social media handles on Facebook, YouTube, and of course on Twitter at Television Nigerian. Your business is our concern.
Thanks for staying with us, and we've been discussing on analyzing CBN unstable exchange rate. My guest is the Chief Executive Officer of Benignant Trading Group. It's Mr. Ako Philippo. Okay, as the CEO of Benignant, can you just explain to us what exactly is Benignant? How have you been coping, especially with this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, let me start answering the question by quoting Dr. Tony Elumelu, like I always do. He said, "One who is equipped with enough information cannot be stranded at any point in time." So, chief of what we do is, before we take any step, we are so engrossed with studies. One of the things Benignant does on the background is research.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't just do it to write examinations. We do it to equip ourselves to know what river to delve into and what not to delve into. Yeah, during the COVID, it would interest the public to know that Benignant began its operation during the COVID-19 whole pandemic. And the good thing was we sailed on high courses like the United Bank of Africa. Why? Because we had a model. Okay. Yeah, he happens to be one of my role models, Tony Elumelu. So most of the things we do, we get information first. Yeah, we understand how the system works and it operates. Then we look for important opportunities with risk too, but we caution the effects of the risk, then we take them. And we've been surviving so far. Benignant does forex trade. Okay. Yeah. But during the COVID-19 whole pandemic, it was not really profitable. It was post, so 2 months back. But during this period, what did we do? We intensified our haulage movement because people needed food to survive. People needed water to survive. They needed basic things in life. Yeah. So we handled haulage services, and during this period, most of our trucks were on the way, and it was bringing in much funds. Yeah. Besides that, we did a kind of a demi-partnership with Nestle Nigeria, where every bottle of water that was consumed during that period, there was an amount, a percentage as profit to us. So Benignant basically is an organization that is poised at increasing the welfare of the average man with low cost and high returns.
Okay, so are you supposed to invest? How do you want to invest?
Yeah, Benignant invites private individuals to queue into these opportunities and invest with us. From 50,000 naira to 25 million naira, you could invest with Benignant and earn return on investment from 6.5% to 15% respectively, which is categorized according to capital. Okay. Yeah. Beyond that, we started a movement to democratize the investment sector, where we have lower investment amounts for, there's something we call the upcoming income earners. Now it's from 10,000 naira to 49,000 naira. That gives our investors 7% returns on investment on a monthly basis. Then we most recently we started the incubators. Okay. Yeah, with 5,000 naira you could invest with Benignant Trading Group and get 10% return on investments. What this poised to do is a smart man would use that to save alongside the interest. Well, who gives you 10% returns on investment? So when it accumulates, you could say, okay, let me move down to, because if you started with incubators after a period of 6 months, you must have saved up to 9,000 naira. Yeah, you could get 1,000 and say, okay, I want to move into the upcoming income earners. Within that period, you still move again, and you get into the Benignant Royal from 50,000, and you see beginning to earn good interest rates.
Yeah, it's actually better than saving your money in the bank.
Yes.
All right, moving forward. So let's move back to our topic. So what intervention do we expect the CBN to curb the rate of devaluation?
What CBN just did that everybody was complaining is an intervention in itself.
Okay.
Yeah. They're trying to encourage local production. Yes. Buy Nigeria. I remember sometime in 2015, buy Nigeria. You know, these are the things they're trying to encourage. So if you increase the price of international currencies, the dollar per se, which is the most accepted currency in the international trade, that means you're trying to tell those who are here that you could produce it yourself. You're in Nigeria and you could use your naira to do what you want to do. But really, who is ready for that stress? Yeah, who is ready for that? But one thing people don't understand is I've studied the two Western economies and the African economy. Now, the Western economy is the risk of doing business is below 25%. But when you take this risk, the profit in doing business is not more than 15%. But in Africa and in Nigeria, the risk of doing business is above 45, 50%. But when it comes to profit, you get profit of 90% or 85%. So when you do the mathematics, you discover that it's business world in Nigeria or in Africa is meant for those who are courageous. You must bond the bridge between yourself and giving up. Yeah. Because by the time the task people come, by the time it's time to get money for power and maintain the rest of them comes, you might want to get discouraged. But if you're consistent and committed to what you're doing, and let me add that you don't build business ideas out of a trend. Yeah, I want to speak from experience. During the COVID-19 pandemic, some persons were like, "You're an investment company. When you buy face masks and you begin to sell them customized and sanitizers, you make more money." I consulted with my professor then at Lagos Business School, Dr. Mwiwe. She's a lady. She said, "No, you don't build incomes from trends."
Trends,
yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
COVID-19 is going to come and COVID-19 is going to go. So she said, what you need to do is look for the basic needs of human beings and go there. There's money there continually and consistently. So we moved from that trap. I also had a friend who went and invested over 10.6 million in
face masks.
Yeah, towards the end of the COVID-19 whole thing. So there was at the point in time, everywhere you went to the nooks and crannies of Nigeria, you were seeing face masks. But some few weeks back, we're traveling. It was like there was nothing like COVID-19 in the first place. So he invested such huge amount of money and is losing. Now the dollar has gone up.
Even at that period of time, it was actually very expensive. But now, even if you want to buy face masks,
it's devalued. So you see these things we're talking about.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much. So, what may be the consequences if the spate of the devaluation continues?
Let me permit me to be unconventional about this.
Okay.
Yes, Fidel Castro said the natural black man has the ability to get used to every situation he finds himself if he can find a solution out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we can get a solution out of it, because like I said, the whole action from CBN is an intervention in itself. So if you want to counter this, then you should bring an alternative to supporting local production, which is going to help to gross domestic product ratio and the GNP.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So if we must talk about the long-term effect, I just want to be unconventional about it.
Okay.
That Nigerians are going to get used to it.
Okay.
And the best we could do is to rearrange our budget to fit according to our pocket, not our size anymore.
All right, no problem. All right, thank you. So finally, what's your ultimate advice to solution?
My ultimate advice and solution is that every Nigerian, every African has a role to play towards our emancipation for freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah, it's true we've gotten political independence, but economically we're not independent. And Karl Marx said the economy is the base upon which every society rises upon. So until we get the economic independence, there's no way out. These things will affect us. Have you asked yourself a question? Is the rise in dollar affecting China? No. What they need to do is just put up one or two infrastructures, and what they're supposed to purchase from the United States of America, they produce.
So, okay, your final take to those that intend to invest with Benignant.
Yeah, my final advice is you'll be smart to do that. Yeah, you'll be smart to do that.
Because a lot of people are actually scared, to do that.
Yeah, credence to those who have come before us.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be smart to do that. Everybody who is around Benignant, who is with Benignant, has three things as a watchword: prudence, sincerity, and consistency. So personally, it might be hard for you to believe, I spend only 2,000 naira myself directly for a week. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no rush to want to become. Recently, we had demands from people: come to Anambra, come to Enugu, come to everywhere. But when we did a realistic check, we needed to consolidate our gains first before we expand. Right. So we are taking our time to build one step at a time. So coming into partnership with Benignant, your ROI is guaranteed, and we're growing together.
Okay, so what do you think the government can actually do finally to help the Naira?
That's what they've done. That's the best they've done, sincerely. When you make your research, that's the best they've done. That's the best they've done. They could just add to what is. We've been crying about this since Obasanjo came into power. Yeah, give us a stable energy. Myself, I could be a good laundryman. You need to see me handling the person I am.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Akpo Philippo, for coming on TV and Business. It is good to have you today.
Thank you so much.
And that's the much we have for you today on TV and Business Daily. I am Chiwendu Osisiogo. And don't forget that you can follow us on all our social media platforms and Facebook and YouTube and of course on Twitter at Television Nigerian. Do have a wonderful day. Bye for now.